step-by-step support video for pooping, for daily bowel movements during the journey of the 40-day seasonal cleanse. At Awakened Body, we take on at least one seasonal cleanse a year, or at least we recommend that you do, for two reasons. First, cleansing is the very best way to relocate the body within its proper place in nature. We're meant to live in balance with the ebbs and flows of the natural world, guided by an internal wisdom that keeps us healthy. But for many of us in the modern world, we've lost our way. So we cleanse in order to remember. Second, taking on a 40-day cleansing journey is the best way to deepen your spiritual practice year-round. Commit for these 40 days to meeting as many moments in your life from a place of open presence. Life gives, you're here to receive. So right now we're going to do that with the topic of daily bowel movements. So believe it or not, a daily bowel movement is an incredibly rich opportunity for mindfulness practice. It's not something that's generally part of polite conversation, but that is really unfortunate. When I sit down with a new client at Awakened Body, I want to know about them exactly what I want to know when I'm taking care of an infant who's less than 3 months old. I want to know, at the end of the day, how are you sleeping? How are you eating? How are you pooping? Because if any one of these three basic functions are out of whack, I know that there is something seriously off with your body. I know that you are not feeling vitally alive in the way that your body is designed to make you feel. So a bowel movement in and of itself is an incredibly rich opportunity for mindfulness practice. It's a form of release. In making a bowel movement, we cannot help but soften and surrender. If we are trying to be controlling, then we are working against ourselves. And a bowel movement is the last and most crucial step of the detoxification system that we are priming during the food aspects of the 40-day seasonal cleanse. It is crucially important. So let's talk about it, and let's do so without shame, because everything about our work in Awakened Body is just allowing the body to be what it is, dropping in to an acknowledgement of just how miraculous the body is. Just like we say in the Jewish faith tradition in the daily prayer over the body, this body is an elaborate collection of openings and closings, and if even one spot that was meant to be open is closed, or one spot that is meant to be closed is open, we could not exist. So, a complicated aspect of the clean program, which is what we use at Awakened Body for our 40-day seasonal cleanse, for the food aspects of it, a complicated piece of it has to do with pooping. Because we are replacing 2 of the 3 meals of our day with liquids, and because we are staying away from gluten and most grains, practically speaking, we are taking in much less roughage than we probably do during our normal diet. And so that can sometimes result in constipation, even in bodies who aren't generally constipated. So this is a challenge that we have to tackle head on. It's something we have to take seriously, because part of the clean program is a daily bowel movement. If you have gone more than 3 days without a bowel movement, then please do reach out and let us support you and consult with you about your cleanse. You cannot trade a daily bowel movement for the rest of the clean program. You have to get to a point where you can be doing it. So, So there's a number of different resources that we can use while on clean to support ourselves in a daily bowel movement. Now, a very, very healthy body, the yogis in the East, when I was receiving my certification as an instructor of Hatha Yoga, one of our assessments was that we were coached to strive for a bowel movement after every meal. That when the digestive and excretory system is working optimally, each time we put in food that is, has bulk, the body naturally excretes bulk. And so, whether or not that's how your body has been functioning, that is our aim by the time we are in the last weeks of our 40-day seasonal cleanse. So, what can you do to support yourself to make sure that you are having a healthy, soft, but not runny daily bowel movement? So, if you are already, then you're lucky. And I'll say a few words at the end about mindfulness practice around bowel movements. But let's assume that if you're watching this video, it's because that's not where you're at. Most likely, especially in the 3-week intensive period of the cleanse, you're going to need to supplement your eating with some support to make sure that the body can produce a daily bowel movement. So the best place to start is by adding fiber to your diet. So the simplest way to do that is to just add some additional fiber either to your smoothie in the morning, or to your juice, or to your soup in the evening. So these are psyllium husks. You can ask in your local health food store for a good fiber source. These are lovely, tasteless. They add a little bit of bulk to the smoothie itself. It gives a feeling of fullness. And the thing about dietary fiber is that the body doesn't digest it. It just uses it almost like a sponge as it travels through the small intestine and the large intestine, gathering up bulk, and it makes it easier to have a bowel movement. So I want to really, really strongly recommend adding fiber to your morning smoothie or your evening soup. Morning is probably better than evening, so that you can, hopefully you're having your daily bowel movement after your morning smoothie, or maybe after your lunch, depending on the constitution of your body. If fiber isn't getting it done for you, the second support that you're already giving yourself, and you can check out the separate video about this, is in your daily dose of olive oil. So just by taking your daily 2 tablespoons of olive oil, you're supporting your excretory system to have a daily bowel movement. If these two proactive measures are not getting it done for you, then you need to take a little bit more of an aggressive approach. So you have links available to you below for Amazon links to purchase all of the following that I'm about to say. But in terms of more aggressive intervention measures, your options are aloe vera juice, castor oil, or an enema. So let's start most simple. So this is aloe vera juice. You might not be able to tell because it's written in Hebrew on it, but this is aloe vera juice. You can get it at any health food store, and you want to follow the instructions on the bottle in terms of dosing. Most likely you're going to need to keep it refrigerated, and you can add this just to water or to your juice in the morning, and it can really help get things moving. One step more aggressive is a tablespoon of castor oil. I don't have castor oil here to show you, but your grandmother probably taught you about this. I know mine did. Castor oil was a common method for encouraging a bowel movement in the body. It is safe as long as you follow the instructions on the bottle, and it really can work. Castor oil is a very, very thick substance. I find it quite unpleasant. I personally prefer this, but it might work for you. Now, the thing with aloe vera juice and castor oil, the reason that they cause the body to have a bowel movement is because they are poisonous themselves. It's triggering the body's instinct to excrete. And so with aloe vera juice, what's really cool is that if you have an aloe plant in your garden, you can make it at home. You have a link to a YouTube video showing you how to do that. You just want to follow the instructions very, very carefully, because you want to, when you make your own aloe vera juice, you remove all the green and you need to remove all the yellow also. It's really only the jelly in the center that you can consume safely. So the safest way to do that is to just purchase your aloe juice. But If you have been studying with me for some time, you know how much I hate travel and international shipping and plastic. And so it's obviously better if you have an aloe vera plant in your garden to learn how to safely make your supplement from there. And that the same is true with castor oil. Castor oil in and of itself is poisonous, but in following the dose on the bottle, it can be a safe way to have a bowel movement. If none of these things are working, then you're going to want to follow the instructions in Clean for how to do a daily enema, either with water or with coffee. Now, enemas are a little bit controversial. If you'd like to talk about it with a coach directly, please do reach out. For some folks, it's the right choice and it becomes a really supportive part of healthful living and healthful bowel maintenance. And for others, it feels a little bit too invasive. But again, you may not go more than 3 days on the cleanse without having a bowel movement. If you are past that 3 day mark, you're going to need to do an enema, or you're going to need to take something under the guise of pharmaceuticals, or you're going to need to pause the cleanse until your body can go back to excreting. If you are not pooping, you are not cleansing. What we are doing, the essence of the cleanse, is that we're causing the body to release deeper and deeper and deeper layers of waste that generally gets held in our cells when we don't allow the digestive system to rest. We want all that to come out, but it does not come all the way out of the body without our pooping. It comes out in our poop. We have to have a daily bowel movement. Now, I have a confession for you, and this is the only spot, this video is the only spot that you're going to see me fess up to this. I'm not going to write it down anywhere, and it goes against the recommendations of the folks, of Dr. Junger and the folks who are the authorities on the Clean program. The most effective way for me to make sure while I'm cleansing that I have a daily bowel movement is I allow myself to have 1 cup of black coffee in the morning. Coffee is a laxative. It's why many of us drink it, whether we know it or not. And for me, it's the most reliable way without having to resort to really unpleasant things like drinking castor oil to make sure that I'm having a daily bowel movement. Now, if you are going to imitate me, then I hope that you are doing mindful practice around your cravings. If you have a caffeine addiction and you continue to indulge it by this exception, then you will not be doing yourself the full service of your cleanse. And of course, you cannot add anything to the coffee. If you put cream and sugar in the coffee, then you are no longer cleansing. But a cup of black coffee outside of the context of the cleanse has really a number of really positive impacts on the body. And so I do allow myself to do that. When I don't, I personally struggle with making sure that I have a daily bowel movement while I'm cleansing. And so this is the right solution for me. Now, green tea is allowed on the cleanse, and so you might be noticing this when you consume green tea. Or if you choose to make this exception like I do, then you're going to have the opportunity to notice the impacts of caffeine on the body. And if you find that it makes you feel jittery or aggressive or even angry, then it's not worth it. It's not worth making this exception. Now, let's end by saying a few words about the opportunities for mindfulness practice whenever you're having a bowel movement. First of all, when it comes to meditation and mindfulness, the bathroom is your refuge. If you ever need a few moments to return to the breath, you can steal away to the bathroom and you can take them there. Nobody will bother you. So when you sit down, whenever you go into the bathroom, it's a wonderful time to take 5 deep cleansing breaths, to re-center on the body, to do a body scan, to check back in with your intention that you've set in the morning if you're practicing with our daily morning practice from Awakened Body. So just as a chance to recenter. Beyond that, bringing your attention to the felt sense of what it is to have a bowel movement is very powerful. It's very powerful. It's an opportunity to work with uh, feelings that might arise, like shame or need for control or judgment. It's a chance for us to be witness to the ways that we don't just let our bodies be what they are designed to be. And on the positive side, a bowel movement is actually quite pleasurable. It's a very, very healthy thing to do. It can even be, it can have physical sensations that are along the lines of orgasmic. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for awakened body practice, mindfulness practice, bringing the attention to the felt sense of what it is to be inside of this miraculous body. A bowel movement can also bring up tears, and just softening into those tears and letting release come in more ways than just through excreting can be really powerful and productive. Now, these are suggestions that are not generally part of polite discourse, but they should be. And so I hope you will take the opportunity of this 40-day seasonal cleanse to let your body take care of you in this way. Let your excretory system work and use the opportunity of a daily bowel movement to get to know yourself and to support your own health and vitality by giving your attention to this key aspect of your body's functioning. Blessings on your way.